Hey, Franklin's still doing okay. What's up, VOD watchers? Oh, ye fans on YouTube. I very much appreciate you being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day or night to continue watching my playthrough. I hope you enjoyed part 10. I hope part 11 will continue to live up to your expectations. A lot of good stuff happened in the last episode. More surely happened today. Make sure you take a second to like the video. Make sure you leave a comment if you feel so inclined. Your engagement around my channel and around my videos helps immensely. Also, check out some of the other playthroughs if you haven't already, because there's some good stuff there. But thank you for being here. Thank you for following me on all the links down in the description. If you have bought any merchandise or sent a tip my way while I was offline, I really appreciate your financial support. And if you hit the join button and become a member down below, you know I love you. All right, let's rock. Glad you're doing okay, Franklin, after that nasty little run-in we had there. Oh yeah, Solomon. Ah, man. What do I want to do here? Let's go drive and talk to Devin. Tell you what, if we ever play Grand Theft Auto 4, I'm going to miss first-person driving. Although, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I actually like the driving in Grand Theft Auto 4 better than Grand Theft Auto 5. You believe it? The horror.
Hello.
You're right, Dr. Mick. That is an unpopular opinion. I'm aware. No, I do not, Phil.
Everyone says cold.
Unless you're talking about my boy Chop!
Your car! Great!
Also, with how amazing this game has been,
Don't shoot. I'm just an agent.
we are highly likely to play Grand Theft Auto 4.
Please.
You wanna die over this, bitch?
Whoa, what? Wait!
I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you.
Help! Jesus!
Alright, fuck this.
Look at that!
You guys okay? Fellas. Alright. Wait, did this guy just... Okay, well... I don't even know, man. It seems like it all worked itself out. No big deal. It's very weird. And Blue Owls, my answer to that would be Lamar Davis. Love Lamar. Boy LD, long dick. I am not, Phil. Righty. And I feel like we drive on this highway every single day. Which is probably what everybody in LA says. I feel like I'm on this freeway every single day. Alrighty. Your boy's here. I'm here, boys. I'm here.
Put up your hands and stand where I can see you.
All right, you got me, homie. All right. You know how to work that face recognition shit already?
Well, figure it
Love how Trevor just rolls up in a helicopter.
Okay, booting up. You can use the sticks to move the camera. Zoom in and out. It'll pick up pedestrians carrying the 2012 SA state license. If you target them, the scanner accesses the database and pulls their record. Why don't we see if this thing picks up my man on the ground? Public exposure? What's the deal, Franklin? Man, fuck that. I got a high ass, homie. One time I'll pick a brother up for anything. You want me to take it out on the LSPD representative sitting beside me? Man, just get the house. Dude we looking for is down that way. I'll follow the car. Howard, you heard the man. Wherever you want to go. You arrested my African-American friend for a minor infraction? The LSPD disgusts me. Well, it's not me. I mean, there's some bad apples in the department, but any accusation of a racist culture, you want
True!
to bullshit me? You can bullshit the freeway. We do community outreach. We have minority quotas. Yeah, your nice dick's got a minority quota. I should take, look, please. We come so far in the last 2 decades. Oh, you're lucky I can't use this thing with one hand and fly with the other.
Alrighty. There are 2 processes going on in that conversation that I am going to try to separate out as best I can in the way that I talk through this. We're going to start with Trevor. Trevor is anti-establishment, obviously, but psychologically, not in a terrible way. I understand that going off on massive killing sprees and selling meth and doing all this stuff is bad. It's a given. But Trevor, again, is incredibly intelligent and is incredibly empathic in a lot of ways. Trevor understands that Franklin was very likely arrested for a minor infraction because he was black. And we know that to probably be true. And get the hell out of my comments if you're even going to try to dispute that, because it's not even disputable. Okay? I'm just going to say that right now. So, Trevor is looking out for Franklin in some ways. Trevor's being an ally right now. And the fact that he's literally using his whiteness and his position as a middle-aged white dude to push a police officer and to make him uncomfortable. That's awesome. That's allyship, baby. That's what it looks like. It can't just be black folks pushing against the authorities. White folks got to do it too. And white folks in a lot of ways have a lot easier time doing it. Okay, so Trevor being in this chopper right now, putting a little heat on the heat. Again, it shows a immense capacity from Trevor for empathy, and I think empathy that extends into understanding macro systems. Part of Trevor's anti-establishment mentality and going his own way and controlling his own destiny, I think, is one of the ways that he tries to cope with the fact that systems actively work against him and other people that he cares about. And I think at this point it's fair to say that Franklin is somebody that Trevor cares about. Probably because Michael cares about him, but they're going to form their own relationship on top of it. Kind of like when we saw Trevor show up at Franklin's house when he was going to go out with Lamar back a couple episodes ago. So even though we may not agree with his methods, again, this is more evidence to suggest that Trevor is not the sociopath that he is often written off to be. He is incredibly intentional with what he's doing. And his willingness to put pressure on that cop while they are actively in a helicopter doing some actively illegal shit is pretty impressive to me. All right, so that's lane number 1. Lane number 2. You can get a lot of information from people, including information that they're aware of but don't ever overtly acknowledge, by throwing them off a little bit. One of the fascinating things that happened here with how Trevor handled the police officer is that Trevor didn't even have to actively say what the police do that's problematic. The officer acknowledged it out front because he was uncomfortable by what Trevor was doing. He literally showed conscientiousness of the problematic things that police institutions and groups and whatever you want to call them are plagued with. He showed an active understanding and acknowledgement of it when he was made uncomfortable because he was thrown off and had to go with what he knows rather than with a curated PR response. And this is often why you will see people who understand the way this works hide from anybody who can throw them off kilter because they know that they are likely to slip if they get thrown off enough. And the police officer just did that. He just let on that he knows what the perception of it is. He knows what the issues are. And he's just super forthcoming with it. So this is why listening is such an important skill when you're in certain social circumstances, because you can learn a hell of a lot about people and the organizations they represent by simply just listening to them talk when they're trying to fill space or when they're maybe a little bit uncomfortable by your presence. People will tell you exactly what they know sometimes without even realizing it. And this is an example of it. Dea, thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that immensely. Really quick word about the bad apple thing, because that shit gets said all the time when we're talking about particularly current events. What that creates, one, it's an absolute deflection. It's a deferment of accountability. It's a psychological separation from people that we perceive to be acting in poor ways. Something that is very important to understand about humans and their ability to like evaluate themselves and their biases and all that stuff is that humans are terrible at it. We are awful, absolutely awful at accurately engaging in thoughtful reflection about our biases and the impact that it has. We're terrible at it. And humans will often try to separate themselves from what they perceive as bad, sometimes in a way that then pushes them to not acknowledge or see the things that they also actively contribute, as far as it relates to like enabling and also perpetuating issues and stuff like that. Here's the other thing is, if you, I like to use this analogy. If we use this analogy, okay? I bring to you, I come to a party with you, and I have a barrel of apples. And let's say there's like, let's say it's a barrel of 200 apples. Delicious, well-cultivated, organic, deliciously wonderful apples. I bring this to your party, and I set that barrel down. And you go, oh boy, this is awesome. I love apples. They're good for me. Apples help my health. I say to you, hey, but guess what? 10 of those apples will kill you instantaneously after you take one bite. Or will make you very sick, or will cause long-term damage, or are actively against your health. But you don't know which of those 200 apples are. You don't know which ones they are. You have no idea. You know there's 10 of them in there, but you don't know. You putting your head in the barrel and taking a shot? It could be any apple. And that is the way that you have to look at it. It's not every cop, but it could be any cop. Especially if you're a black or brown person in the United States. Maybe it's not that cop, but it certainly could be that cop. And I don't know about you, but if somebody brings me a barrel of 200 apples and tells me 10 of them are bad and could kill me or could cause severe long-term harm, I'm not taking that chance. I'm not eating that apple. Okay? So it's not every, it could be any. Sometimes you hear the phrase, not all men. When yep, right there. Scott, you just wrote it in chat, right? Like we hear the phrase like, not all men, but it could be any man. And this is why it's important for, in this instance, police officers, right? What a police officer needs to understand that from the perspective of the community and a person that they're interacting with, they may know that they're acting well. They may acknowledge their biases. They may know what that impact is and be actively working on it. But the person they're interacting with has no reason to believe that that is the case because you could be that cop that actively puts them in danger and acts improperly. And understanding that is deeply important because it alters the way that you interface with people in the same way that I, as a man, know that if I'm going to interface with like a woman, for example, that like I know I'm not going to sexually harass somebody if I'm walking around in Best Buy, but I know that any man could, and that I could be that any man. So if there's a woman who's like averse to me or seems uncomfortable if they're standing in the same aisle as me and we're looking at the same product, it's because I could be that guy, because men hurt women. Men hurt men too, understandably so. But like we have to understand these dynamics in order to do better. And when we turn blind eyes to these things and go, well, it's not me. You're accountable. I'm accountable for therapist. Like, I could be, for anybody, a bad therapist. Nobody has any reason to give me the benefit of the doubt as a therapist, particularly if they've had bad therapy experiences. It's my job to understand the impact that has on people and to do better and to show people that I am better. And to hold other therapists accountable. I could go on and on about this, but I think I've made my point. Everybody's biased. I don't trust anybody who ever says they aren't. Oh, I'm not supposed to fuck. Wow, we are so far away. What am I supposed to just like sit here and fly? God, I could have done my entire speech there while we were flying over here if I knew how long this was going to take. Mulligan? What a name. Alrighty. Let's see what we got.
Huh?
Guess who's getting a work-related injury and suing your ass for 6 figures?
Two guys on a rooftop going at it. Lady downstairs in a bikini. Let's see if we can connect the dots.
I got you, you creep. It's a free country. I know my rights. She's showing it off. She wanted me to look.
This isn't
You're a
the
very
one.
sick man. Keep telling your
Ugh.
If she wanted it, why are you sneaking
Thought he might
around?
have been cross-dressing, but he ain't.
That's the buzz. You're both getting off on this. Don't try to deny it. I think you need help, man. I ain't the pervert. You are. Swingers. Please hit him! Rip his cock off!
Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Language. Obviously, if you've watched any of my videos, you know this. Language is deeply important. We can't underestimate the power of language. It is so important. And the way that things are spun linguistically creates and influences people in very meaningful ways. So when we change, like the way we use language to frame certain things, like this incident here, when we hear this guy say, she wanted it, that is the product not just of this guy's psyche in that specific moment. It is the product of things that that guy has heard and seen represented throughout his life. And one of the ways that we frame situations like this, and had for a long time, is that we often push the onus of change for scenarios of harassment on the victims of harassment. If we're talking about like heterosexual harassment from men to women, which is the most common type, men are the dominant group hierarchically. Like, men carry more privilege. And so men have influenced conversations in, like, about these things in the direction of, well, women shouldn't dress that way, or you shouldn't have been walking by yourself at night, or you shouldn't have been sitting at a pool, you know, in your bikini and looked at me that way. Because it defers accountability for the choice that the man makes to harm the woman. So you should be, I as a man can wear whatever the hell I want when I walk around at night or when I'm in a certain scenario, and I generally don't have to worry about being sexually harassed. Okay? We don't get to blame women for what they wear for the reason, like, because it creates this idea that men can't control themselves, that men are slave to their impulses, that you should be able to act on that impulse without any kind of consequence, because that's how it is. And men internalize this. Men internalize this and act terribly as a result. And this case is an example of that. She was asking for it, even though she's very clearly saying, no, I didn't. I'm not consenting to you flashing your junk at me. I don't care how horny you were. Control yourself. The message needs to be more on, hey, men, when you see somebody who you're sexually attracted to wearing revealing clothing, maybe leave them alone. Or approach them respectfully. It's not permission to just whip your junk out at them or to sexually harass them. Moving accountability where it needs to go is what changes scenarios like this over time. Bill, I told you to chill on that stuff, man. I don't want to have to tell you again. If I do, you'll be timed out.
Suspect's not in the area. I repeat, suspect not found in the area. All right? all right. We might be a couple blocks east of there. Roger that.
How are we even select? Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Look at these two going at it. Nothing like a middle-aged throat fucking a dingy back alley to prove romance ain't dead, merely arrested.
This is oh, what's going on here?
Not Mulligan.
Holy shit!
You out of luck. Speaking to my woman like that, huh? What the hell is wrong with you? Shit, he was being rude, man. That ain't right. Disrespectful, man. You insane. He was just a John. You need to stop being so overprotective. You meant to be a pimp, and you keep killing my customers. Hey, don't make me hurt you, ho. Shit, I'm trying real hard. You gone crazy. A man wasn't cut out for this game. Shit, baby, you know I love you, baby. I'm sorry.
That's right. Hold that man accountable. That's right. All right, I got shit to do.
Not our guy.
No, I'm still walking him. No stool yet. Dogs with borderline personality disorders are meant to take longer. I'm giving him space and more of a sense of independence, which basically means I'll be out here for hours. His psychotherapist says it goes back to when he was a puppy, so at least it wasn't that coke binge weekend when we left him locked in the closet, right? No, I think we need to do more therapy with him. He's making progress, and maybe up his medication. It's all about getting the right balance. You don't know a good canine reflexologist, do you? Ping it over to me. I think that'd really help.
Wrong suspect.
Zavo! Other glass! My glass! Oh, Lord, Zavo! Oh, Lord! My purse is rectal glass!
All right, I'm just gonna let that guy do his
Would
thing.
you look at that couple? Finally, some normal, adjusted, healthy people in this horrible town.
At the brothel.
You can't be thinking about any of them but me.
I would never. I'll see you later, okay? I love you.
Okay, no, wait, come back. Tell me something nice about myself.
Your eyes almost go together perfectly. Almost.
That's all you got?
I love you.
But just, wait. Make it a little bit. Say that with a smile.
You look like my grandma did in 1920.
I don't know what to make of that one, but I really appreciate the thought. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Of course it's Chad. Of course it's Chad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. All right. Now, this is an extreme example, but you know what? If there's anything I have to give this game credit for over some of the other games we've played, is that Grand Theft Auto has presented me with the opportunity to analyze things using the most extreme form of the thing. So, like, if you need to be hit in the head with a 2x4, as an example of something I'm going to describe, this game's got it in spades. There is something that I talk about frequently that is, I think, deeply important for people to understand and pay attention to in their own relationships, particularly in intimate relationships. And that is excessive reassurance seeking. Excessive external reassurance seeking. A lot of times when people come to relationships with, we'll call it not ideal self-esteem. Maybe it's low self-esteem as the result of formative relationships, past relationships, what you've learned so far in your life, things that you've internalized and carried with you, right? Like that's the empathic approach to low self-esteem. So I'm not talking about people who are like actively self-destructive or anything like that. There can be anxiety in a relationship about the extent to which the person that you feel a sense of connection with is connected to you. And sometimes what happens is our own perceptions and learned experiences cloud the way that we see the autonomy of the other person and their ability to formulate their own opinion about you, which if they're engaging in a relationship with you is probably pretty good. So what do people do to mitigate that anxiety? They will often seek external reassurance for the things that they are insecure about, and will do it too much, where people rely on the other person to constantly reinforce and build up the things that we are internally not feeling very secure about. And that actually creates a very problematic dynamic. If you've got some issues in terms of like your own sense of worthiness, of attractiveness in a relationship, and I'm talking about in a healthy relationship, not an abusive relationship, that's different. In a healthy relationship, these are things that you bring. This worry that you're burdensome, that you're not worthy of the love that you're getting, etc. You cannot expect the other person to be the only thing that is constantly reassuring you of that, because then you become reliant on that person to make you feel better about something that you need to be able to self-soothe about. Where you can sit with yourself and go, you know what? I am worthy of a healthy and loving relationship. And it is awesome that this is a relationship that is providing that to me. And then that makes it so that when that person does things that show that and express that love and interest in you, you can appreciate them for what they are. And you can see that as a choice that that person makes to bring to the relationship rather than something you're forcing upon them. And in this example, this woman is engaging what we would call excessive external reassurance, where she keeps pulling him back saying, tell me I'm pretty, tell me I'm this, right? It's an extreme example. It's okay to want reassurance for certain things. It's okay to want your partner to say, I love you. I'm not saying that there should never be any reassurance in a relationship, but I'm saying if it's excessive and you become reliant upon it for your own mental well-being, that creates more problems than good and actually makes anxiety worse over time because it builds up the idea that you can't handle it on your own, that you need the other person there to handle it. And if you're the guy in this situation, you have to say to that person when you hit your limit, I am not going to respond to that because I think that makes your anxiety worse when I do that. I have told you how I feel about you. I have told you that you're important to me. I am not going to keep repeating myself just because of your anxiety as it relates to that. It's okay to set that boundary. And I understand that when I'm talking about this, I'm speaking in generalities here. So this doesn't apply this specific way to every relationship, but it is something that all of us need to be mindful of. To what extent do we rely on people in our intimate relationships to reinforce and mitigate anxiety for things that are not related to the relationship itself? There is definitely a difference between checking in and seeking and excessively seeking reassurance. It's okay to seek reassurance every now and then. It is okay to do that. But if you rely on it, that is where we have problems. It can lead to codependence, Dea, but the thing that everybody needs to understand about codependence, because codependence is often very much misrepresented. Codependence is when both people are dependent and that process escalates itself. It's not when one person is reliant on the other person. It's when both people are mutually reliant on each other. Otherwise, we're only talking about dependence. And in this scenario, we're seeing dependence, I think, instead of codependence. Unless this guy, deep down, needs to be in a position where he is the one who grants the compliments and the worthiness in the relationship, which is kind of gross, but there are people who who fall into that sphere, where her constant seeking of reassurance validates for him that he is the gatekeeper of worthiness in the relationship, then we're talking about codependence. But if it's not scratching that, and that's actually bothering this guy and he's getting tired of it, then we're talking about dependence, not codependence. All right, very long-winded, but super important concept, and it's hilarious to me that we have this ridiculous example, but it facilitates these types of conversations that are very important.
Franklin, we've got a positive ID on the suspect. I repeat, we have visual on Chad Mulligan. No vehicle in sight.
All right, look, cool. We looking for his lockup, dog, all right? Stay on him and look out.
Roger that.
Uh-oh, that dog's got problems.
Easy, pal. He's in quite a fragile state emotionally.
Why do you have him off a leash then?
Nice, great. You've upset him.
Leash your pets.
We have lost sight of the suspect. Might have to send Pilot Boy down to draw him out.
Hold on, wait. He should come out from behind that building.
Suspect's on foot.
Okay, I see the chopper. I ain't far away.
Not always
Rise and
multiverse.
shine, huh? Yeah, man. Seize the day. Go on.
Suspect stopped walking. Appears to be accessing a small garage.
All right, this is it. I'm gonna get the call.
Hey, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Shit. Oh, fuck.
Holy shit, Franklin.
What happened?
Oh, what a car.
Hey, look, just stay on him, man, and let me know where he is.
Suspect sighted going south on Dutch Drive. Suspect going west down alley toward El Rancho.
And if this guy was in like a white Bronco, this would be even more funny.
Hey, you my eyes, right?
Car going north on El Rancho. Woo, woo, woo. All units be advised, we have a possible joyrider heading west on Howick in a black C-type.
Hey, man, you getting other cops on this shit?
Nah, homie. Now you'd appreciate the authenticity.
Oh, okay. Well, I fucking don't.
Chopper Unit 3, we have reports of dangerous driving in your sector.
This is Chopper Unit 3. Reports are greatly exaggerated. Over. Your boy Chad very nearly totaled the score. Oh, Chad, that was close.
Okay, I see the motherfucker, man. I got this.
Come on, Franklin. Holy shit.
Hey, where this fucking asshole at?
Suspect back on Del Perro heading west.
I love that Trevor's making the radio
Getting
noise.
away.
Hey, where is he, man?
Wow.
Driver sighted crossing Dorset Drive.
I love it.
Suspect sighted near the Life Invader offices. He's turned off Del Perro, down an alleyway.
Ooh, in the parking garage.
Suspect last seen near parking garage. Suggest ground team clear the building. Pilot boy, take us down. I need to see inside the building.
Oh, baby.
Slow and steady. This camera's giving me a little air sickness. I get violent when I'm queasy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll keep her steady.
Where are you?
All garage exits clear. Suspect is in the building. I can't see him. Need some help here, flyboy. Where is he?
You can toggle to thermal vision if you think that would help.
Oh! Well, you might have just earned yourself a reprieve. You know, I think I'm developing feelings for you. All right. Oh, this might help.
Hey, you can still see me, right? I'm in the middle of the garage.
Roger. We have visual.
Hey, take a look
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Man in his car to my right. Ooh, looks like he's on his phone.
Fuck, dude could be calling the feds, homie. Hey, it's not him, dog. I hope this motherfucker in here.
We got a guy. Standing over by a row of cars. Middle of the floor.
These that guy's taking a piss. Looks like it. That guy peeing?
That ain't. Damn. You're the reason these places stink. Stank-ass motherfucker.
Come on.
Looks like a man leaning against a car to my left.
I'm on it.
Hey, Steph. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you, friend.
Don't know what he doing here, but he ain't him, homie.
This guy, did we? Oh, here we go.
Near side of the garage. On my left. There's a man in a car.
This better be him.
This better be the guy.
Hey, that's the motherfucker. Thank you, Trevor Phillips.
I know you think this car might be worth something, but it ain't. It ain't got no resale. Zilch. They only made 10 of these. Think anyone's gonna take it off your hands? It's too hot. Walk away, gangster. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Y'all don't follow stuff of anime, do it.
I mean, that car's a bit flashy for my taste. My baby. No, not my baby.
Bad for this guy.
Hey, I'm delivering the ride to Los Santos International.
Hey, is the lady gonna be there? Or just a dick who ain't paying us till we get all the cars?
Shit, I think they both gonna be there, dog. Devin and Molly.
Say hello from me to Molly.
Man, I ain't hitting on nobody for you, man. Least of all, her.
God, why not? It's about time I settled down.
Shit, man, you need like a lion tamer or some shit. This girl, man, she got balls, dog, but she needs some serious stones to handle your ass.
Just say hello.
Man, I ain't gonna be a part of that.
After everything I've done for you, you are just like Michael.
And you love it. Oh, come on. All right, really quick. Hello, everybody coming along with Stuff of Anime. Good to see you. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games like Grand Theft Auto and use them to illustrate psychological concepts, talk about mental health, therapy, psychology, and more. It's in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. If y'all don't follow Stuff of Anime, go do it. She's fabulous. She's a great friend of the stream. I promise you'll like her vibes. I hope you enjoyed D&D tonight, Steph. It's wonderful to see you. Thank you for bringing people my way. Really glad to have you all here.
Dad has only gone and reported that car stolen.
Shit, and I spared this motherfucker.
Oh boy. All right, I have to deliver this in good condition too, so I can't do my normal. When Trevor says, "You're just like Michael," the way I hear that is, you also set boundaries with me. Franklin is actually really good at setting boundaries with Trevor. And really with, I think, a lot of people. Even though he's not good at setting boundaries for his own personal good, like when he's doing missions and stuff, like Franklin does try de-triangulate himself a lot. And so when Trevor says, "Hey, talk to Molly for me, help me out, hit her on her for me," and all this stuff, and Franklin says, "No, man, I ain't doing that for you." And Trevor goes, "God, you're just like Michael because you say no to me. No is a boundary." Come on, no way! Oh, thank God. All right, that was really lucky. But despite the fact that Trevor said you're just like Michael in a way that suggests that that's a bad thing, I don't think it actually is, because we know that Trevor thinks very highly of Michael, and thus thinks highly of Franklin, which was my hypothesis back when we were talking in the helicopter. So it's nice to see a little bit of confirmation for that. car is very fun to drive. I just went left on a red light. Off here. We're gonna catch some morning traffic, I think. Understandable.
Hey, remember me? It's Mama.
Z-Type retains its basis on the 1937 Bugatti Type 57SC Atlantic. Now uses styling cues from the 1937 Talbot logo Type 150CS. Neat. I gotta return it in good shape, so. Also, oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on, sir. Hold on. I'm entitled to going where I want to go. This is my road. Thank you. I'm not going through the airport return circle again. I have seen people do that in real life, and it is mind-blowing to me. Oh man. Is that guy going down the wrong way? This looks like a one-way. Oh, okay. Put your blinker on, you dick!
Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh no!
Asshole. Who's the cops?
Near, Los Santos International Airport.
Oh god, do I drive on the airfield? Why is there a cop just chilling on the airfield? Like, oh man, oh man.
We'll check it out.
Oh man, oh man. Oh man, oh man. Give him the old roundabout treatment here. Only 1 star. Come on, go away. Come on. Whew.
Yo, bro.
Hey, I'm supposed to meet Devin Weston here.
Mr. Weston's hangar is up there on the left.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, sir. Thank you very much.
there she is. You know, if this beauty was a woman, I'd have to break my 20 and under rule.
Man, I'll just stick to driving, all right?
Hey, tell me something. You know how many of these things they made?
Shit, like 10?
No, not like 10, man. Exactly 10.
Oh, wow, man. You one of them type of dudes, huh?
Tell you something. How'd you like to drive a car like this one, Dave?
I just did.
Real.
Like this? Or this?
Oh, man, right back at me, homie. Really nice. Hey, you know something? You're not like those snowbird retiree pals of yours. You are sharp, man.
Man, I'm just looking for a paycheck for my services.
No, don't worry. It'll come. That'll come. But right now, it is life lesson time, pal. You have got to wake up to what's real in this situation, bro. Take me, right? I am opportunity. I'm security. I'm fast cars, blow jobs. I got the world on a plate. Those two clowns, oh man, they are the worst kind of disaster that can ever come down. They are a full core meltdown, and you're just standing there soaking up major radiation. You have got to take stock, man. Make that call before it's too late.
Yeah, all right, man. I will.
Before it's too late, man.
Yeah.
The only person thus far that has come through for Franklin financially is Michael. That is the only person that has actually paid Franklin or gotten him paid. Everybody else is on an IOU with him. So the fact that this guy would try to fracture Franklin from Michael and Trevor without paying him is a real misfire. Does this guy have power and influence? Yes. Does this guy wield it in the most obnoxious of ways? Yes. But at the end of the day, this guy can move things. And he is missing the mark in thinking that resources are going to be the only thing that gets him what he wants. This guy is so lost to capitalism and financial influence that he's forgetting that, like, real people want to feel connected. So in a lot of ways, it's good for Franklin, I think, that he missed the mark here, because Franklin's like, yeah, whatever, man. Screw off. Because I think if this guy really wanted to be awful, he would figure out how to connect with everybody, and people would be endeared to him, and he probably could influence people in some pretty nasty ways with both resources and the ability to connect, which is why rich folks who are charismatic can often get themselves into pretty significant positions of power. Now, we talked about this a few episodes ago, but we're going to talk about it again here, because what this guy does when he talks to Franklin is a reverse code switch that is, quite frankly, racist, but amounts to just a deluge of microaggressions. Code switching, for those who don't know, are when people in marginalized groups have to switch the way they present to meet the general preferred expectations of people who are in positions of power. One of the most common examples of this we see are when black folks will talk white when they are around white folks that have power. And that's because, like, black dialect is often represented as less than and, like, problematic and dangerous in some instances. And so you will see where black folks, when they're around, like, white superiors, will speak with, like, white dialect to try to fit in and not be seen as less than. And then when they go back to, you know, like, if you're hanging out with, like, fellow black friends, or if you're in, like, black circles, will speak black, so to speak. And that's code switching. And it's a really obnoxious thing to have to do. But it is also something that folks in marginalized groups have to do if they want to gain any kind of footing in any kind of meaningful space that is not actually aware of diversity and inclusion. So the reverse code switch that I'm talking about here is this guy basically mimicking Franklin's black dialect in an attempt to connect with him, but it's not an attempt to connect with him. It's an attempt to force power over him and to remind him that he is less than. And it's not actually useful in any kind of context to do that. If we take it less out of this space, a lot of times white folks will like speak black around black folks because they think it's going to help them fit in. And like white people are not entitled to being in black circles. Like, white people like to be included in everything, and you're not entitled to that kind of thing. So in this instance, it's being used to make sure that Franklin remembers that he is less than and that his language is an indicator of that. But also it's used as really a just very like surface level way to try to connect in a way that's pretty false and doesn't actually connect you, and in a lot of ways makes you look stupid. And I don't mean stupid because you're using like ebonics when you speak. You sound stupid because you're completely missing the mark and you're not actually reaching people in a meaningful way. But watch the way people's language change. There's a lot more white people in this game than there are black folks. Watch the way that white folks change their language when they're around Franklin. Because it happens with a lot of people. They pick up his language. They say, homie. They'll repeat the way that Franklin says certain things. And in part, this is in some ways because, like, it's other white folks that usually try to talk to white folks about how to connect with people that are of color, as opposed to like white people just sitting back and listening to folks telling them how to connect with them.
Just take any car and go.
I will also say sometimes white folks do that as a way to try to show that they're not racist, and in reality, like your internal racism that we all have is showing more when you microaggress like that. Oh God, Anonymous. You're right, I forgot. It's impossible to be racist if you have black friends. Or a black friend, of course. Speaking of constant external reassurance seeking. Hey, black friend, am I racist? Am I doing a good job not being racist? We all are, by the way. All of us. Every single one of us. Right. So that was fun. We got way more out of that than I thought we were gonna get. A lot of talking points there. You can imagine Jared's face if you said exactly that sentence to him on a stream. Oh, God. I would. Oh, man. No, he'd kill me. And he should kill me if I did that. Smoking. The people are amassing soon at City Hall. Fight the power. Oh, hell yeah. Barry. Let's go. I've been waiting for this smoke-in since Thursday. Okay, so I love this community with all of my heart, and I know that all of you come from a wonderful place. I am going to just say very quickly, I don't want all of us to just write in chat all of the microaggressions that we hear and say. I know it's tongue-in-cheek, I know it's coming from a good place, but I also I don't want to see all of it written out in chat, so I do appreciate where y'all are coming from and that we're all hopping in. And I know that I kind of started it by saying that, but we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put the kibosh on that real quick. Like, folks who experience and are on the end, like on the receiving end of microaggressions, already know what all the microaggressions are. And I don't think there's any need for us to write them, even if it is like jokingly and in good spirit. It's a reflection of how awesome this community is that we can kind of like have these conversations, and I'm not trying to diminish that. I want to nip that one in the bud, and it's totally okay. I'm not directing that at any specific person. I just know where that train can go, and I don't want that train to go there if we're not careful. So I appreciate all of you immensely, and I love that these are things that we can talk about on the internet, and it actually goes well. It is really a testament to all of you, and I love you all so much for it. I also am more referring, like, if there are folks of color who are in chat that are wanting to share certain microaggressions that make them uncomfortable, that's okay, right? But if there's any folks who are just saying the ones that they conventionally hear their contemporaries say, like I do as a white dude, that's the kind I'm trying to put the kibosh on here. These things are complex, man.
Man, only inches.
How's the GTA 5 session going? It's going well.
He's taking my bag! My life is in there!
Oh, he's going that way? Oh, I got you. About to give you that bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I didn't know that was a thing. Good try, Franklin. Good try, buddy. That'll stop him. Help, he took my purse. Hey, fuck you. Give it back. Like, that's going to make a difference. Oh, my God. That was so good. That was so good. Oh, God. Oh, I just wasn't ready. Wasn't ready for it. Why on earth can I not pull my guns out? Do I not have any guns?
Hey, drop that now, fool! I'll put your ass down.
What? What? Oh, hell no. Get your ass back here. Or so help me God. Oh, there it is. Okay. $500 her entire life. Man, if $500 is her entire life, then she really needs this. God, that was so good, man. Oh man, I did not know you could give her the finger.
Just call it a crisis of conscience.
Who says chivalry is dead? I only wish more people were like you today.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thanks for the $50. Happy to help. Oh my God. That was good. I needed that laugh. I needed that laugh. That was awesome. If Sean makes a montage for Grand Theft Auto, it's going to be excellent. Sorry, man. I want to see Michael pulling a gun on his wife in the car. That was so ridiculous. All right, the smoking. Who we got?
Seriously? That show is so... Watch it! Are you a sex offender or something?
Where you at, Mr. Revolutionary?
What?
The smoke in. I'm at City Hall. I'm the only fool here.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'll be right there. I didn't forget I was busy. Yeah, busy, that's it. Fight the power.
Motherfucker.
That's it, huh?
Smoke in? Yeah, in his fucking bedroom.
Man, Franklin, all the side people with Franklin really have some pretty lame conclusions. God. I was really hoping that there'd be something cool that happened. And it doesn't seem like that's the case. Well, hey, our boy's over here. Let's go talk to him. How did he know I'm here?
Ever heard of Jackson Skinner? He's head of product development at Facade.
Man, we must read different magazines.
And the bastard made a fortune selling customer data to the highest bidder from Moscow to Tehran. He's handing it to the cyber terrorists on a fucking silver platter.
Okay, dog, chill. Shit, chill. I got you, man. What's the play?
I'm reliably informed that he has a weakness for working girls. There's a regular he likes to pick up in La Puerta. You stake her out, and she should lead you to Skinner. I'll send you the location. Meanwhile, maybe I'll take another look at the fruit share price.
All right, homie. I'll be in touch.
All right, Lester. Watch the prostitute. Can do. We're going to refer to her as a sex worker, or him, I suppose, or them. Sex work is a legitimate profession. Logic, you can ask, but if I miss it during the playthrough, I recommend asking the question in questions for Dr. Mick on Discord. When I'm doing the Let's Play, it's a little bit harder for me to answer specific questions in chat, so. Watch the sex worker do what, though? I don't know. We're gonna figure out, but hopefully it's consensual.
Damn, that must be my girl.
Hi there, beautiful. You want to party with me?
Not today,
There you
honey. I'm waiting for someone.
Prostitute will enter the target's car, watch the vehicle as she enters, and kill the driver. Shit.
Hey, what up?
We're gonna. This is terrible. This is terrible. Here's what we're about to do. You want to know? This is hard because I know what we're about to do. We are about to absolutely traumatize this sex worker. Like, yeah, when you're in sex work and you're on the street, do you know it's a dangerous job? Sure you do. Of course you do. You get in the car with somebody, and then somebody rolls up and shoots the person you're with, leaves that person for dead, and you're in the car with them, and then drives away. Completely changes the game. Completely overhauls your expectations of what's possible in your job. Gross violation of expectation mixed with a lost sense of safety and security is exactly what we were about to do to this sex worker. I understand I'm about to kill a guy as well. Okay, that's not cool either. I'm literally about to murder somebody in cold blood. Murder is bad. Obviously. The person who is going to live through this exchange is then going to live with significant trauma about their job. They're trying to make a living, and I have literally just ruined that by just grossly violating their expectations. That's how trauma happens. It happens in an instant. I realize this is another extreme example, but this is exactly how it happens. It's when you're not expecting it. Something completely throws you for a loop, and you lose that sense of safety and security that so many of us value and wish and hope that we have. And it pains me to know that we're about to do this to this poor sex worker.
Girl, you won't get down?
Not today, honey. I'm waiting for someone.
Whatever. You ain't nothing. I'm out of here.
All right, nice guy. You ain't nothing, says the guy who was about to beg for sex from her. What kind of car do you guys think this guy's gonna roll up in?
Hey, baby, what can I get for $10?
You can get the bus home and jerk off thinking about me. Get the fuck out of here.
Amen to that. Oh my god, $10.
Hey, baby.
Well, here we go.
You miss me?
I was starting to think you weren't coming.
Oh, I always come.
Aw, you so...
You know, I don't even feel bad about it.
Jesus! What the hell?
You just came for the last time.
Hey, man, I'll wipe that software for you.
Ah, excellent news. I'll speak to you soon.
You stole me a drink.
5K? Not bad. All right, so Lester comes through for Franklin too. Nice. All right, let's go see what's up here. Let's go for a little drive here. Put on a little Dr. Mick. Put on a selection from my album that's coming out soon called Entropy. What do you say? This is a really good time for me to say how much I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for taking time. Whether you're here live on Twitch or whether you're watching the VOD on YouTube, thank you so much for supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. Share it with people if you think they could benefit from the conversations. Don't forget to leave a comment if you're on YouTube and like the stream. Follow me on socials and all that fun stuff, but this is such a fabulous community, and I really am grateful that so many of you support what I do. cruising. It is something I made on stream, lady. All the music that is released on the albums, which are available at drmick.store, are created live on stream. Yeah, it's definitely on the entropy is definitely on the chill side of things. I would agree. Making good time. Who's this?
Log 8-9-Zeta-3X. Violet tracing. Suspected lunar aberration. Project Quasar reopened.
Allie doesn't really play video games, DL. I remember somebody asking in a previous chat, how long did you contemplate the idea of streaming as a therapist to provide insight and mental health before doing it, and how did the idea come up? It wasn't long. It was like a couple weeks. Also, thank you for the kind words, Toasty. Alright, what's this guy checking out? What are you doing, buddy?
Wait. 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 Stop. What's the problem, home? Wait.
Carbon-based life form, check. 6 feet tall, check. Slightly excessive adipose tissue, normal distribution, check. Read.
I encourage everybody watching this right now to just remember, we know nothing about this person. So any judgments that any of us are making about this person in this specific moment is about us. It's about our biases. It's about what's been represented to us. It comes down to his clothing, his skin color, his hairstyle, his voice, what he's doing, where he lives. All of that is contributing to any kind of preconceived notions that we have. And so I want to use this as an opportunity for all of us to check that for a second and to be curious about this guy rather than make a judgment call on him. Let's see what this guy's up to. What's this guy's deal? Franklin looks obviously uncomfortable, understandably so, because I don't think I'd want somebody pushing stuff all up in my business like this, especially as a black man in a rural area. But let's hold off for a second. And let's be curious about where this guy's coming from, because if you ask the right questions, you stay curious enough, you will find that what people do and where they come from makes a lot of sense to them.
Readings are... Shoot. This little machine is broken again. Check. Stardate 14-9-305. Time is 7:89 past the 9th meridian. We are clear. Whew. Greetings, CBL. Carbon-based life form.
Greetings, homie.
Have you seen them, CBL?
Seen who?
I don't know. They came to me last week. There was a brilliant joy and a terrible confusion. And they were laughing and screaming and crying all at once. And some said, Omega, we come in peace. And others said, we have come to enslave you. We are an infinitely intelligent race of supercosmic beings, and out of the 6 billion people on this planet, we have chosen you for no good reason. And just then they were about to abduct me and do experiments on me when their ship crashed.
Man, you done lost your motherfucking mind.
And now,
Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't. Franklin doesn't know this guy. Franklin is welcome to set a boundary here and say, "Hey, man, I appreciate the story, but I'm gonna go." He's certainly welcome to do that. But if Franklin's gonna hang around and listen to this guy and engage with him, the first thing out of his mouth doesn't need to be, "Have you lost your mind?" Because now he's already in an adversarial situation. And if this guy actually believes what he's saying, there's no reason to polarize against him. We would want to continue the route of curiosity. I know it's hard because this stirs up a lot of stuff for a lot of us. We're like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Really? You were doing the UFO thing? We could all choose to walk away from this and say, no, man, sorry, I'm not your guy. But if you're going to stick around, if you're going to make the choice to stick around with people, engage curiously, not judgmentally, then you will go much farther in your social situations.
I've got to find the pieces.
Man, bullshit.
Look. See this? If you see some, let me know.
Yeah, okay, I will, man.
Resuming data scan.
So this is a cool opportunity for me to talk a little bit about the difference between assimilation and accommodation when we're presented with an experience that violates our expectations. This guy has approached us with information that I think the vast majority of us will hear and immediately assimilate into our pre-existing expectations. And here's what I mean. This guy, the experience we just had, is a guy just told us that he saw and interacted with aliens. Assimilation would mean that we would take that experience and we would push it into our schemas that already exist. And so if I was to ask chat, what do you think's going on with this guy? We'd probably see things like, this guy's on drugs. This guy is delusional. This guy is too heavily bought into conspiracies. List goes on and on and on. And what that does is it allows us to preserve our preconceived notions of the world and our schemas about the world, which is the idea that aliens don't exist, or if they do, they haven't made it to Earth yet. And they certainly don't speak English. Accommodation, which is in general the more ideal way to handle situations like this, would be to alter our expectations, albeit potentially, based on the alternative experience that we had. So we just had an experience of a person who says they talk to aliens. Accommodation would say, not even necessarily that aliens are real, but that it's potentially possible that what this guy experienced could be true, albeit a tiny percentage. And if we allow that to be the case, It allows us to access that curiosity. And it's easier for us as humans to assimilate because we like to preserve our expectations and our schema. And this is actually, it requires brain flexibility and plasticity and intention to accommodate, to change our expectations. And that becomes harder to do the older we get. It is why people become more locked in their ways and more conservative, and I don't just mean that in a political way, as we get older, because it becomes increasingly more difficult for us to automatically synthesize new information and create new expectations. We have to intentionally do it, and that effort can be very tiring. So again, this is an extreme example of that, but I have a lecture about this on YouTube that I encourage people to watch if you're interested in this, but it can really influence the way that we engage with folks. And generally, you want to engage with curiosity over judgment, and that's one of the ways to do it, is to be mindful of accommodation versus assimilation.
Negative quantum fluctuations.
You don't lose that ability if you actively work on it.
What a freak.
So that's Franklin assimilating. Now, I will say this, that not all accommodation is healthy. Accommodation, when used maliciously, can actually really terribly influence people. You can catch people when they're vulnerable and you can manipulate them. That's not what I'm talking about. But considering possibilities rather than locking them out immediately is a really good skill for all of us to have to, and we have to actively pay attention to that. You can't just expect that your brain's going to do that over time. It doesn't work that way. Once you hit 30, it plateaus and then starts to diminish. Spaceship parts are scattered throughout San Andreas. Found and collect them all for Omega. I love that guy's name is Omega. Okay. Let's go. Let's switch to Michael.
Oh, man. I feel like crap.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Michael. Still driving Amanda's car? Hey, at least we're right by the mission. That's kind of nice. Ooh, are we by the movie studio? I think we are. Oh man, Michael's all sorts of excited by this opportunity. Look at this, we're all dressed up. We've got our coffee. Howdy, ma'am. Okay.
Don't even go there.
I guess you're not the person I talked to.
Hello. Come in, come in.
Thanks.
You must be Michael.
Yeah.
You know, I used to have 3 secretaries. Now I have to make my own coffee and give myself a happy ending. See, the ships are coming in.
Oh, this is going to hit way different than it probably did in 2013. Given everything we've learned in the last 9 years. Oh. Now, what's interesting about this, I'm going to let this play out after this, but there is a tendency at times for people to look at this stuff and go, well, that's just part of the culture. People do this a lot. They go, well, that's gross. It's gross, but yeah, it's that's Hollywood. That's part of the culture. It's not okay. And Michael would do well here to say something to that guy. Like, that's fucked up. That can go a really long way. It can be scary to do that, but that's what people in positions of power are banking on. That you're not going to do that. That you're not going to make them uncomfortable. Because Michael wants an opportunity. Michael wants to make it in showbiz. Michael wants to wiggle his way into Hollywood. Well, you can't push against people in positions of power if you want to make your way up in Hollywood. That's part of the problem. That's how these things get perpetuated. You get enough power, control, and influence, and all of a sudden people start holding back. when they're around you, even if they know that what you just said or did was bad. And that is the problem of the person in power. Because the person in power is the one who perpetuates that dynamic. Very easy for people to blame the subordinates to say, well, if everybody would just say something, then that wouldn't happen. It is not that easy. People in positions of power have to do better. Always hold people in positions of power more accountable than subordinates. Always. This doesn't change unless this guy changes. Yes, power to the people. Could they all say something? They sure could. But if this guy has enough power and influence, he could wipe them out and get them out of Hollywood immediately. It's really easy to blame people in subordinate positions for not standing up to positions in power, instead of just saying people in positions of power need to do better.
But the walls will hold us.
Nelson in Naples.
Pluto? I said Mars, you cocksucker.
Shoulder of Orion. 2.
Devin Weston said you were a fan.
Huge fan.
Tell me, Michael, Devin Weston, does he want you to bump me off?
No, not at all. He said you were retiring but might need some help on a movie.
Only assholes retire, Michael. Him and my son, they want to put me out to pasture so they can turn this place into condos or a theme park or something.
But this place is a dream factory.
Well, maybe they have different dreams. Some days, I don't blame them. You know, they always say, never work with children or animals. Well, I want to add to that list. Never work with directors or actors. This picture is gonna kill me.
All right, so what's it about?
It's perfect. Set in Liberty City. Meltdown. It's all being shot on green screen right out back there. We take a look at the financial crisis, and then we boil it all down into a really simplistic battle between two yuppies with lots of training montages.
So what's the problem?
Milton McElroy. I cast him in the second lead because he's cheap. Zero talent, incidentally. Well, he's got this new agent, Rocco Pelosi. He's been hassling us about renegotiating the deal. So now, he's holding up shooting until he gets paid.
That sounds problematic.
It would be if the director wanted to shoot. Anton Baudelaire. Ever heard of him? That doesn't surprise me. Now he's having a mental breakdown, pissing all over himself who knows where.
All right. Looks like you got yourself that new assistant. But no happy endings.
I love you already.
Oof. Yeah, Michael's in a position of some position of leverage because he doesn't really need this job. But look at this Corvette. Oh man, is that pretty? Oh. Love to put that in my garage. Okay. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Do I maybe? You know, it's parked in the assistant spot. As far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Solomon. I'm just doing that thing.
Good, good. Now, I realized in my excitement, I forgot some details.
Yeah, it seemed obvious. You want this Pelosi guy clipped.
No, God, no. Is that an option? No, bad idea, bad idea. No clipping anyone. Just teach him some manners. He's also in my director's ear as well, if you'd believe it. So teach this punk a lesson and bring the talent back to set. Ideally, in a more collaborative mood.
I'll see what I can do. They all gonna be at the club?
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, that's funny. He just texted me because I accidentally hung up on him. That's awesome. I was trying to tell you something important. Capo Rocco has our boys in some shithole. Soon to be nightclub. Just get Anton and Milton back here in one piece. Just for fuck's sake, don't kill Rocco. We need the media. We don't need the media attention. Okay. God damn it. Okay, the error that Michael just made, though, is one that we all make if we're not careful. Like, it's actually a really cool example here. Michael is so used to being in an environment where when he's asked to do something that involves other people like that, he assumes they mean kill him. This is where Michael would do well to understand his biases and to understand what he brings to the table, because he needs to listen. He needs to ask questions. He needs to look at a context as being its own context rather than making assumptions about it, which is what all of us do. But if that guy doesn't clarify, we'd have shot the guy. We'd have killed him. Because that's what Michael knows. And a lot of times we get anxious when we don't know what's being asked, particularly when somebody in a position of power is asking us to do something. And it is so important, if you do not understand or fully know what is expected of you in a situation, to ask, to seek clarification, because you are so much better off giving that person an opportunity how to clarify, to explain what it is they want, than for you to operate off of assumptions that come from learned experiences that have nothing to do with the current specific situation you're in, and then miss the mark. Be mindful of that. A lot of us perceive asking for help and clarification as weak, or that you look stupid. You do not. I've never been in a position where I've asked somebody to do something and they asked for clarification and I got angry at them because they wanted to make sure that they do it right and understood correctly. And I'm guessing most of us haven't been in that position either. And if a person asks for clarification enough times and they clearly don't get it, then as a person who has assigned that person to do a thing, that's a good indicator that maybe this isn't the person that should be doing the thing for you. There is no harm in asking for additional clarification to make sure that you're operating off of what the context demands rather than your own assumptions. You open the gate, please?
Don't make me take you down, class.
Asshole. Open the gate.
Security 1. Asshole 0.
Really? You're not going to open the gate? What? I opened fire in self-defense. That was self-defense. His job is to lift the gate. What an asshole. You want to talk about abuse of power? That's an abuse of power. Right there. Right freaking there. I just wanted the guy to do his job. Literally what he's paid to do is to sit in that booth and to open that gate. I tried to be nice about it.
Oh. Total bullshit.
God, that guy just opening fire on me like that. Holy shit. That was self-defense.
He keeps asking me for some damn report or other when he knows full well I left that shit on his desk.
You know what's scary, though? Here's what's scary about this. I know we've been talking about this stuff in spades tonight, but this has been I don't guess that's the theme tonight. Here's what's scary about this. You want to talk about the power of representation? If we went to court, now I understand that me shooting and killing him there, I don't even know that I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if that would be excessive force, but that guy literally opened fire on me for honking at him at a booth. But if we go to court Thank God Michael's white. God forbid Michael was anything but white. But even still, our cognitive biases, whether we want them or not, even whether it's a judge or a jury, badge and uniform gets benefit of the doubt more often than anybody else. If that guy has another security officer vouch for him, I'm screwed. And that's what's terrifying. It's why, like, there's no such thing as being unbiased. Everybody's biased. We have to know what those biases are so that when we're sitting in this situation, go, I need to listen to what actually happened rather than automatically give a certain person in this situation the benefit of the doubt. We have video footage of what just happened. But if I don't have that, right? Like if this is Michael going to court and anecdotally saying, like, yeah, I was sitting at the security booth. I honked because the guy wasn't paying attention. He got up, he walked around, and he opened fire on me. So I returned fire. That sounds ridiculous. But it happened. So when things sound ridiculous, that's when bias is going to come even more into account. Really? You're telling me that a person who's trained to do this got up and opened fire because you honked at him at a security booth? I find that very hard to believe, Mr. Random Civilian, given that this guy was in uniform. It's terrifying. If you think too hard about it, it makes you kind of wish you had a body cam just at all times. I was dismissed from a jury selection because I said I wouldn't necessarily give a cop the benefit of the doubt. Wow. That is awful. When systems actively work against you, it can be terrifying. We can't take psychology out of stuff like that. Psychology explains a lot of what happens in situations like that. And it's really scary. God damn it. I don't deserve this car. How badly have I messed it up? Oh. Oh. This car was beautiful before I took it. I'm not worthy. Car is really hard to control. I gotta get back into my Honda. Honestly, it's because the top's down and the wind's blowing in my eyes and my eyes are dry and it's hard to focus. I mean, you all know how it is. This wasn't a convertible. It is the cars that is at fault. You have a windshield. That's not how air works.
Gentlemen, how you like this space? It's gonna be an EDM paradise. There's gonna be sparklers stuck in bottles, implants, tramp stamps, all the real shit. That's Pelosi Entertainment. Now give me a minute here, just a minute. Gotta go grab something inside. Johnny, we nearly got the club. We're finally a go. Now you take care of these guys. No cold feet. Okay? Let's go.
Reach the helipad without alerting Rocco. Okay.
mob guys, you know. I don't know if he actually wants to turn it into a club, or you burn it down and claim the insurance money. You've seen the movies, right? It's the kind of scam they run. Only I think this Rocco guy is so stupid. He wants to do both.
Helicopter's all the way up
As long as
there.
you're getting a paycheck every week, keep at it. If he tries to pay monthly or asks for credit, then you get out. He tried to pay me with X pills at the start of
Oh
this.
shit. Oh shit.
What am I gonna do with a pound of X? This Rocco guy, I thought mobsters were meant to be scary. This guy belongs on reality TV. Yeah, well, whatever. How much longer is the break? Oh, shit.
Do I possess a silenced weapon? I don't think I do.
Come on. Damn it. Oh, you can't be here. What are you doing here?
Oh shit.
You're gonna have to meet my boss.
Shit. God damn it. I need a silencer, man. Alright. Again.
It's hard to tell with these mob guys, you know. I don't know if he actually wants to turn it into a club, or, you know, burn it down and claim the insurance money. You've seen the movies, right? It's the kind of scam they run. I think this Rocco guy is so
This will be fine. I don't know how to back whack these guys. Maybe I back whack him? Curb stomp him? Okay, that works. That easy. Alright. No problem. Your assault rifle said it had a suppressor? No. Back seat, friends! Alright, I can curb.
Hello? This is restricted access. You're
Is
in
it?
the wrong place, asshole. I got.
Dude, Michael throwing haymakers. God damn.
Just work and I can go.
Day trip's over, gentlemen. You're going back to set. You get lost, Wrinkles?
Wrinkles.
Who's this jackass? Hey, you!
Oh, turns out these guys are in love with their contract. So they'll be going back to the set with me.
Can you believe this fucking clown? No! This guy's all mine!
I don't recognize him.
You talk a lot of shit for a guy who's willing to just be a punching bag. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All right, spray tan. We're gonna make a new deal. You leave my people alone, and I don't toss you off this roof.
All right, yeah. Okay? Sure, man, sure.
All right. Let's get back to the lot.
I just beat that guy's ass. Howdy, fellas.
I don't know who you think you are. Look, you can bully him, but you can't bully talent, buddy. We are not shooting until I get a new deal.
Can't bully talent? Just watch me. You're gonna be a good boy when I'm done.
James
I don't know
Milton
who you
are.
think you are? Jumped up studio security?
I ain't
have to freak him out. I have to fly erratically, chat. For my first trick.
Can we just talk this through? Think, damn it. We've got connections in this business.
How about that? How about that?
I need to escape. Has anybody got track?
How about that? Huh? Huh? Rough you boys up a little bit? Huh?
No!
Huh? A little spooky? Huh?
Stop working for Solomon. Become my assistant. Enough! Enough! Alright, I'll do the shitty movie for the shitty money. I'll do anything you want. I'll blow you. And just stop!
Not interested.
Okay. See? That wasn't so hard. Now let's get you back to work.
Yeah, let's get you back. Yeah, I could get used to this job.
Hey, Milton, what? I think you owe an apology to Mr. Richards. Would I being paid? No, you should apologize to me. A brutal honesty, bud. You're not that good. It feels phoned in. You're lucky you're working at all. You're kidding me, right? I am an artist, dude. You're apologizing. When you see Solomon, you say, sorry for the misunderstanding, sir, and you will always appreciate the opportunity he's given you. Look, I just wanted a better deal.
I mean, this is actually pretty bad. Like, this is the extreme version of a person standing up for themselves and setting boundaries, and the system absolutely jerking them around. Like, one of the best ways to get people to stop advocating for themselves and to set boundaries is to punish them for doing it. And to make examples out of people for doing it. It scares people from feeling a sense of agency in these moments so that they back down. Like, it's a show of force in a very profound way. This happens in more subtle ways in real life. But this guy was like, I'm worth more than this. Pay me more. Or I walk and I do something else. And instead, like, the system has blown back at him so hard that it's essentially punished him for doing it. Where now he's like, okay. And he probably won't do it again in the future because he's been scared into it. It only takes one or two of these kinds of moments for people to get them to stop. We put punishments in place as responses to behaviors as a way to extinguish those behaviors. And in this case, the behavior that's being extinguished is self-advocacy. And being in an environment that is consistently punishing people rather than acknowledging and maybe handling it in a more respectful way, agency and self-advocacy is not really a great place to be. This is why people in positions of power have to be held accountable at all times.
Now, where am I putting this thing down? When Devin Weston came to do a studio visit, he used the empty water tank. All right, then we'll do the same.
Flying helicopters. Not easy.
Put it there. The water tank turned parking lot. Setting it down.
Oh, look at this. This is as smooth of a landing as I've ever had. Really gonna make me land on that yellow spot? Okay. Where's Solomon's office? Can do.
I know Solomon is anxious to see you.
Look, I'm feeling a little keyed up. How about I call my guy, go on a little jolly, and call Solomon from wherever I wake up in a week?
How about you see him right now, and we go flying again if you even look like you'll fail a piss test at any point on this shoot.
Damn. Michael, holy shit. Right? And Michael is willing to do really nasty shit because he wants to work his way up and gain the favor of the shitty person. This is how it all happens. This is how it all happens.
What a wonderful surprise. Anton, my boy. You're an artist, I know that. And this story is the best kind of art. A simplistic, cliche-ridden pile of dross that you will turn into magic. Get a grip. I love you.
So, Solomon,
Yeah.
Milton here has a little something he wants to say to you. Say it.
I just want to say that I'm sorry for any misunderstanding, sir. And I appreciate all the opportunities that you've given me.
Of course, of course. Michael, what can I say? You're a natural. I love you.
Oh, you're too kind.
No, I mean it. I don't mean to presume. But would it be okay if I gave you a shout? This shoot seems cursed for some reason or another. I need an associate producer.
What?
I'd love that.
We'll talk soon. I gotta go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Ugh. That was gross. That was really gross. Happens all the time in real life, though.
Hey, Mr. Madrazo. How's that rebuild going?
Good. I need to see you. Come to La Fuerta Blanca, my ranch off Senora Road, and bring Mr. Clinton.
Hey, look. Franklin? I hardly know the kid. I don't want him caught up in this.
You'll need another pair of hands.
All right, there's another guy. Trevor Phillips. Me and him are partners.
Okay. I'll have my people messenger him.
Now, you could go two ways with that. I think Michael is being protective of Franklin here. I think this is Papa Bear, Michael. Like, I legitimately think Michael is like, you know what? I don't want Franklin tied up in this. And I know what this could be. And Franklin can do better than this. And I don't want him going down this path. I also think that Franklin is an opportunity for Michael to redo how he handled Trevor. I don't think this is entirely like new of a situation for Michael. Remember, he picked Trevor up. He might have thrown Trevor into some shit too early and maybe even feels as if Trevor and the way that he presents is his responsibility. That he is the reason that Trevor is so messed up because he pushed him too hard. I think Michael has enough self-reflection and potentially even self-loathing to get into that headspace and think that that's the case. And maybe there is some truth to that. And so he sees Franklin as an opportunity to do better. And so in this case, he's shielding Franklin from this by using Trevor as a meat shield. Trevor may be happy about that. Or he may be frustrated and angry that he sees Michael protecting Franklin in a way that he never protected Trevor. I have no idea. But I think that's probably where that comes from for Michael. Now, the other lane of this is that you could potentially see this as frustrating because it is denying Franklin the autonomy to say yes or no. Madrazo is approaching Michael. He no longer has Michael by the balls, so to speak. Like, Michael paid his debt, all good. So there is a camp that you could go in that I think would be a legitimate camp to go in that would say, like, let Franklin make that decision. Also, Madrazo, I suppose, could call Franklin, but, like, maybe Michael says, well, let me see what Franklin says. If Franklin's not in, then I have a backup, which Franklin might appreciate because it would allow him the opportunity to say no instead of Michael saying no for him. Because Franklin is a grown-ass adult. and I think is capable of making that decision for himself. Now, are we a little bit biased into thinking that he would absolutely take it? Because so far we've seen Franklin blur every single boundary he ever says that he has as it relates to like doing these missions. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to expect that Franklin would say yes, but that is also ultimately Franklin's decision to say yes. I think Michael understands that Franklin will kind of do whatever for him, and that can skirt the line of doing some bad things. So calling Trevor is a form of having a scapegoat to say, well, Trevor's crazy, so he just does crazy things. Yeah, no, I could totally see that. I agree with that. Could Michael be protecting himself by eliminating competition in Franklin? I don't think Michael sees Franklin as competition. I have a hard time getting on that one. At this point, Michael's sitting on $701,000. He's not indebted to anybody but the FIB. There's not really any reason for Michael to see Franklin as competition. It's possible. I mean, I can't ask him, but I don't know that that's the camp that I would go in. Let's see what Trevor's up to.
We are Scooter Brothers! Scooter Brothers!
Hey, Trevor, ain't you found the deadbeat yet? Clock's ticking. Oh, Maud. Last known location. Yeah, Maud, maybe you give me a little bit more specific stuff than that. Ollie, confirming your appointment with Devin Weston at his new development on Power Street in Alta. Please be prompt and arrive ready to work. Last known location, picture of the desert, right? Like when I don't even have a satellite image map available to me. Alright, so Madrazo. Give me 1 second. I have to pee so bad. Okay. Holy crap. Alright, Michael DeSanta has recommended you for a job. It would be prudent to come to Rancho La Fuente Blanca of Sonora Road. Boss, I know we ain't cooking, but since I helped with the Aztecas attack the lab, I thought you might think of me if you need extra gun on a job or something. Chef. Ooh, nice. Alright. I'm finally catching a GTA stream live. I've been catching up on YouTube. Hope you're having a good night so far. Hey, what's up, Geo dude? Thanks for popping in. Alright, let's do this Lester mission for Franklin. Since it seems like all roads lead to Madrazo. The hell is this? Franklin, what are we doing here, big dog? Oh, they are. They're the cars for the rich guy. Okay, cool. Got it. Yep, you guys are right. You're right. That's fine. I don't count that as back seating. That's cool. I knew the place looked familiar. Alright, let's go talk to my boy Lester. Can I call a cab? Is that a thing? Let's see.
Hey, can I get a cab?
No problem. I'll have one there in a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Hey, what up? What's up, man? I'm coming.
Where can I take you?
This is so cool. Take me to Lester.
Howard.
All right, let's hit the road.
Love it. You can hijack the cab if you want. Initial charge, $2.50, 40 cents a quarter for a fifth mile, 40 cents per 2 minutes stop slow traffic. $1 weekday surcharge, 50-cent night surcharge. Ensure you take all personal belongings when exiting the vehicle. Ah, this is how you do it. I love this. This is so cool. I should do this more often because then we can talk while I do this. Even though my driving is ridiculous. I want to live in the lap of luxury for a minute here. A beautiful evening here in Los Santos. Turn the radio on.
Pedestrians gotta pay attention, man. This is a driving town.
It costs you more if you skip. I love that too. Beautiful evening. What's funny is, like, in real life, when you're sitting here, like if I'm sitting in this cab, like my head's, I'm probably putting my elbow on the windowsill and I'm just like sitting here like this, you know, just like waiting. And like then we do this in a video game and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I'm riding in a cab and this is a beautiful evening in Los Santos. Look how realistic this is. But like we don't take the time to appreciate it in real life. I'm so impressed by your driving this game. The amount of times I feel like you should have run someone over, not counting the purse thief, and you managed to miss them and swerve is super impressive, especially in first person. Thanks. I'm also driving with a keyboard. I don't know, I feel like I kind of have the hang of it. A lot of red lights right now down here. It's been a good episode so far. What's the psychological implications of a cab driver with the radio turned off? I don't know. The guy doesn't like listening to music. Holy shit, what are we doing? Gunshots, everybody just goes about their day. It was a minor traffic infraction, right? And then earlier you were talking with one hand and driving with the other. I don't even realize I'm doing it. As someone that plays Forza 5 with a keyboard, that ain't an easy feat. Never mind driving first person. I have not tried Forza with a keyboard, but that's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tricky. It's hard to, like, you know, accelerate properly, but do you have one of those sim driving wheel controllers? I actually do. I have a force feedback wheel. God, this really is like riding in LA. Holy shit, man. All these red lights. Real life, I'm too busy stressing out about the meter increasing as the driver goes as slow as humanly possible. That's why I've literally only taken one taxi like twice in my entire life. I mean, that's true. Another red light. I take 2 taxis a day? Oh, wow. Have a good one, Serotonin. just get to, you know, sometimes it's nice to just take a second, right? This game moves so fast. We're just taking a nice cab ride and just enjoying the fact that Rockstar literally coded this into the game, that not only does this guy know where to take me, but he follows traffic laws while he does it. Unbelievable. Sometimes when you just like sit and think about this stuff, it really is wild. Hey, doctor. Hey, cabbie. Who is this on the radio? Well, Franklin. I think your name's Franklin. You look like a Franklin. Anyway, I'm actually streaming this on Spotify on my personal mobile device. It's connected to my radio. I found this guy, DrMick, on Spotify. I searched DrMick. He's also on Apple Music, but I changed to Spotify recently. Anyway, he's got like 3 albums. I think another one's coming out soon. You can stream it for free. I actually liked it so much that I went over to DrMick.store and I purchased the albums. And I gotta tell you, not only do you get some cool little additional things, you get lore for every album. You can read along while you listen. It makes for real good reading while I'm sitting waiting for my next customer. What was that website you said again? That's DrMick.store. It's also got some pretty cool merch there. Pretty comfortable. I wear it on the job sometimes. Not wearing it right now though, but the music, yeah, it's fire. It's great. It's good stuff. You should listen to it. I think I'm going to. I also have a personal device right here. Thanks, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
So who the fuck don't you like today?
Guy's called Isaac Penny, ruthless vulture capitalist, about to take a controlling interest in Vapid Motor Company and sell thousands of workers down the river. Penny's one of those tight-fisted billionaires, rides the same bus to and from work every day. I was thinking he could take over the route and...
Drop the ass off where he needs to go. I got it.
Good. Oh, one thing. If I was you, I wouldn't buy any Vapid stock until the acquisition falls through.
Get the bus. I'm really about to be the bus driver? Hell yeah. Chat, I expect that when I get in this bus, I better see chat just absolutely spammed with bees. I better see it. If you don't spam chat with bees, that's bad karma going into the rest of your day, alright? So when I get my ass in this bus, not this van, the bus. Not this SUV.
Shit.
Like the letter B. Yep. For the uninitiated, if you press B in the bus in Fortnite, you thank the bus driver. So I expect you to type B. It's like pressing F to pay your respects. But in Fortnite, you press B to pay your respects. So I expect that there will be B's in chat. I don't thank the bus driver, but that doesn't mean that you should do as I do. You should do as I say. That was the worst possible spot for me to park that.
What's cracking? How do you know he was the one who put in the work? Dale, slow down. Right on.
Hey, don't mind me. I'm the bus driver now. Look at me. I'm the bus driver now. I'm gonna play some dope-ass music on my own personal device. I like to drive my bus listening to music that I learned about from that cab driver. DrMick on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and wherever you like to stream music, and purchasable on drmick.store, which is where I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, good. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Good. I appreciate the thank yous in chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yep. Yep. You're welcome.
Hey, sorry I'm late. It's my first day on the job.
I hope the traffic isn't too bad. Yesterday it took me 3 hours to go half a mile.
I believe that, brother. Been there. Ah, I should have gone. I think it's clear.
Hey, look out! We got no seatbelts back here!
Oops. Sorry, guys. It's my first day on the job. All right? Chill. Cut a man some slack.
Damn, would it kill you people to crack a smile?
Easy, Franklin. Riding public transit in Los Santos. Is it amazing that public transit exists? Yes. Do people have to smile about it to make you feel better about your first day on the job? No. Do I honk at this cop? No, I absolutely do not honk at this cop. How y'all doing back there? Everybody doing okay? We good? Just pull the string if you need to get off, alright? Maybe my role in GTA RP server would be bus driver. Talk to people about what they're struggling with while driving a bus. Hey there, folks.
Hey, get in, we're running late.
I hope it appears everybody on this bus is going to the same place.
Jesus, have you been drinking?
Only a little bit. Only a non-specified carbonated flavored beverage. This is a party bus. We're all going to the same place. Oh, is this our guy?
You're late.
Yeah, I am.
150. Mr. Penny, ain't it?
Bear hike. Forget about it. Spendthrifts. Hey! Blame it on the city.
Just business shit, you know how it is.
Sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. I'm not actually a bus driver. Come on. Call me Lance, baby. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm training for the Tour de Los Santos this year. Get it. Nice.
Green light?
Good to go.
All right. Nice bike. I'm glad that guy stole it so I could feel less guilty about taking it. Good stuff. Alright. Old Martin's waiting for us on the next episode. YouTube, if you made it this far all the way to the end, you are absolutely legendary. I appreciate you making it all the way through the VOD. We had some really cool talks tonight, a little mix of mayhem. I do hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, before you go, thumbs up, leave a comment if there's anything you want to respond to or you want to say about today's playthrough. I really do appreciate the engagement. I read every comment, even if I don't respond to every comment. Thank you for supporting my channel. Tell people about it. Spread the word if you think there are other folks that could benefit from it. And also check out my other videos on YouTube and all the links down in the description below. Can't wait to see you in part 12.